Alright, so now that we've made the part, now we need to prove that we made the part correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a multi-view drawing of this. So we're going to go ahead and go right click on here, and we're going to go create drawing. And you should already have CSS title block. If not, you can go browse and find it. The last video I made showed how to download the title block and upload it to Fusion. So hit OK. So this is going to bring us into a layout, which is a landscape view. So we don't want to put our part in here this tiny. We want to kind of bring it up in scale. So I'm going to go 1 to 1. So we're going to change the scale or the size. So I'm going to place my view right here. And actually, I'm kind of jumping ahead of myself. Let's look at the plans. Let's look at the plans that we were given so we know we get exactly what we want for grade. So this is the front view we're going to put here. And then we're going to go this view and then this view. And not exactly how I would technically do it myself, but it'll work, right? So we're going to choose this view, and then I'm going to project views. So this view right here, and this view right here. So these are the three views we're going to go with. Let's just verify. Theirs is pretty close to what we're having here. You know, we got top view and side view. They got a little bit of a different view here, but that's fine. We can make this work, right? Obviously, ours has a fully completed part. We're not going to dumb it down to where it's like this, but we're going to make these three different pages right here and make sure we get all of what we needed on here, okay? So to start with this first one, we got a 1.9, a 4, a 0.75, and then these corner ones here. So let's go back to Fusion, and I'm going to go Dimension, and I got a 1.9, which is from here. So I'm going to zoom all the way in, and then go down to this one here. And if I get a measurement that's not right, I need to zoom in and look at it a little better. But if you pay attention when I'm doing this, I can select these, and as I select my second one, it will go outside the body, and it like snaps to a spot. See how it snapped to that without me moving? That's keeping it in kind of the right location. So we got those two. Let's go back here. So we got that one done, that one done. Let's get this one over here. All right, so that's that filled in the corner. So we're going to zoom in and get that rounded corner. We'll zoom out. All right, so you'll notice that I like to try my best to line up this right here. So I like to try and line up this line and this line here just because it looks nicer. You try and keep things nice and neat and clean so it's easier for whoever's making it to actually, succeed. So I just kind of double clicked on it, and I'm going to choose 4 times so I can make sure it matches what I put on the thing here. Let's go back and check and make sure I got everything. So this, that, I need that 0.75. So let's go down here. Let's go D for dimension. Again, zoom in so you make sure you get the top part right there. And then this one here. And so we got our 0.75. One thing I like to do, it works like this, but I like to go in and shade this. So if I just double click on it and choose that, it looks a little nicer. Cool, so we got the first one's done. Everything's on there like we need to. So let's click the plus. Let's bring in the next one. So let's look at the next page. So if we go back to this page here, we scroll down, we have just like a top looking view and then an isometric view like this. So let's go back here to Fusion. Let's go base view. And that's not the view I want, so I'm gonna go change it. Let's choose top view. And it's pretty small, so let's go 1 to 1. And that's still pretty small. What if we go 1 to like 0.5? It's probably way too big. Let's try 0.75. That's probably good for what I'm trying to do here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a projected view and get that isometric view up here. And in this case, like, I want to be able to see really good because there's so many dimensions right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scale this one down a little bit. It's kind of not exactly a kosher thing to do, but it's paying attention to detail and trying to make sure that we get it looking the best we can here. So a couple things I don't like. I don't like when kids put them off the part. Like you want to keep it on the paper. You can kind of try and tuck it in the corner like that. And we can shade that one real quick here. Just double click on it, choose shaded, close. All right, so now we got to put all these dimensions on there. Let's go back and look at the plans real quick here. So they do something that I don't really care for. They're measuring to the center of the holes, but they aren't marking the center of the holes. So like when you put crosshairs on them. All right, so the crosshairs is pretty easy to do. We jump back in here to Fusion. We're going to go up here and hit center mark. We're going to choose these circles here and put the center marks on them so you don't lose our measurements right there. All right, then it's a different kind of measurements here. So yeah, your 0 0, it's a little bit easier actually. So we go to dimensions, ordinate dimension. So we're going to come down here and zoom in. We're going to set where our 0 0 is at. So I got a 0 going this way, and I got a 0 going, well, So I got a 0.01 here. So we got something wrong there. So I'm going to hit escape. I'm just going to delete it and try it again. So let's just go dimension, ordinate, zoom in and grab this spot here. We'll see if it gives me again on that. All right, so it's not liking something there. So we might have to modify something here, which is it's all right to do. So let's go edge extension. And I'm going to choose this line and this line. So it gets my true 0, 0. So let's go dimension, ordinate dimension, choose that spot. So basically we're just setting where our 0, 0 is at on that one and on that one. And then we just got to go across here and mark all our measurements. So like all our holes going this way. I like to try and kind of line everything up so they're nice and neat. I wish these ones snap, but they don't. Kind of get what you get on this one. You just want to make sure you don't have something like way out in the middle of nowhere for no reason. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab this one and drag it back down here where I wanted that so it looks nice. So let's see what dimensions we got here. So I got that, and I got the 4-inch. I need to put 2 times on a couple of these. So we'll go ahead and do that real quick. I'll go ahead and grab another ordinate dimension right here. Let's get our 4-incher so we can get it done over with. All right, and so to modify these, just double click on them. 2 space X space. It's just saying there's 2 of them. 2 space X space. All right, then we'll go this way with it also. Ordinate dimension. Grab here. Grab here. I'm guessing it probably has a bottom one down here. I haven't looked that close yet. Let's jump back and look. So we got these all in there. So I need to get this 2 times here and the 2 times here and 2 times there. So jump back into here, hit escape, jump into here, go back to the beginning, 2 space X space. All right. You can go and kind of create a snipping tool and go around this, but it's really, if you start going, it's pretty easy once you get going on here. Just to verify you got all the runs. So it's, one thing I am noticing here real quick is 1.216. So see how this one rounded up? Just change your units to 3 decimal places. Let's see if we got any others like that. 1.15, it probably needs it also. It's good. All right. So the last thing we have is a couple ones here, 7 by 0.2 or diameter 0.21. These ones here. This one actually kind of changed over time here, but if we just do a dimension and it's a hole and thread under text here, then we just choose that and come off here at an angle and hit OK. It does pretty much everything for us, except for some reason it's got 4 instead of 7. So 7x. Alright, so that should be good. It gets all our chamfer right here, and it gets our thread right there. And we should be good to go on this one. So that part's done. So let's jump back to this here again. Scroll down. Here's the tougher one we're going to have to do out of all these. So we start off with kind of a top view, a side view, and then an isometric view. So let's go ahead and click plus again. Base view. Change it to the top view so we get the view we want. Probably make it 1-to-1 in this case. Hit OK. Pull over a base or a side view. Throw an isometric view up there. I'm missing my check mark here. Delete, delete. Want to add some color to this. Alright, so then we got some dimensioning we gotta do. Let's go back and look. So this is actually a section view. It's cut away. You can see the lines. So imagine we cut this in half so you can see what it really looks like. So I kind of put the wrong view there. Let's go back and delete that view. We'll start off with that section view. It's the easiest thing to get off in the beginning here. So if you follow up here, base view, projected view, auxiliary view, section view. So we're going to come down here and click here. And I just kind of click to select this view. And I want that midpoint there. I want this midpoint here. And then click the check mark. So then it gives you a cutaway of what it looks like. Place it right there. Hit OK. So here you can see your section view. It's kind of screwed up right here. Just drag it up just a little bit so it fits. Alright, let's start dimensioning now. Let's go back and look at this guy here. What kind of dimensioning are we doing? It looks like we're ordinate dimensioning again. So let's go and do ordinate dimensioning, dimensions, ordinate. Remember I gotta do the edge extension here to here to get my actual ordinate dimension. So then I'll choose this point here, place that one, that point there, place that one, and then we need to start putting dimensions on here. It looks like 0.3s are the first ones, and then you get this bottom line here, and so let's go for that. Back to here. Pick that spot. It's giving me 0.29 because I picked the edge of the chamfer. I actually need to choose the inside edge here because that's the edge of where that's actually happening at, and then this edge here, and then I think we go down to this one here, and then I think so there's an arc right here. So if we go back and look at our plans, see the arc and then the center point, and then it's got the radius coming off the arc. So we need to get a center mark on that right there. So let's go center mark. Let's grab that to get that spot there, and let's go ahead and do a ordinate dimension from the center here. You can choose the center. I like to choose the edge here because it kind of gives you a little bit of a gap. Maybe it's gonna make me choose the center. So it might make a funky measurement here. So we'll just go like this. I bet you on theirs it's a little bit funky too. So they went up with the 1.6 and straight out with the 1.5. It's fine. We can kind of change that on here too. So I can go up with this one and just to match what they're doing, because then I can't, there's no arguing on your grade. It is what it is, right? Okay, and then they had a 1.9 here. You're basically just copying exactly what was given to you is what it kind of comes down to. So it's a grade point, bring it out. All right, so let's just check our blueprints here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are good. All right, this says center line, a 2-inch center line, which is, we can go ahead and do that one pretty easy. Let's go ahead and go ordinate dimension, choose that spot right there. We'll see if we can add in that center line. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So here's your center line right there. Let's close that. It's giving me a thing there. I'm going to undo that. I'm just going to leave it and ignore that one for right now. It's just telling me, hey, there's something weird going here. It's because I measured to my section view. It doesn't really like, I don't really like it either. Right there. There we go. Kind of like to drag that up a little bit further. And just to get the letter off the part so it looks a little nicer. Alright, so then 3.7 and 4.0. Alright, ordinate dimension again. Grab this spot here. 3.7. Grab right there. 4.0. Okay, working our way kind of around here. We got that 2 times radius 3.13. It's that guy right there. And then we got the 188 there. Let's go ahead and grab those two. So that's a regular dimension, so D for dimension. So we're going to get the outside one. And then, see how it's only going to 3.1? If I double click on it, I can go here, 3 decimal places. And it said 2 space X space, so there's 2 times. And let's go for another dimension right here on this one. And if we can place it right here, let's look at how they have theirs. See, theirs kind of goes up and does a little bit different setup than what ours does, but it'll be fine. It's not 1.9, it's 3 decimal places. Actually, it might be 4. Nope, it's 3. 188. So let's close that one off there. It's got a 13 times 195 right here. D for dimension. That would also be all your fillets too. That's why it's got 13. And let's go look at this. 195. I must have got the chamfer on that one. D for dimension. This one right here. It's rounding up again. Kind of expected, right? It's a little nicer there. Double click on it. 3 decimal places. 13 space X space. Alright. 0.3 typical. That's just measuring the width of this thing here. So like from here to here. So you can see our 0.3 is on the wrong side. You should just be able to grab it, drag it over here. And then you want to space TYP after it. So you got that.